What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on Madden 22, a realistic rebuild. And of course, it's of the Miami Dolphins, a team that we once again will be using in our online franchise that we will be doing right when the scouting update comes out, like sometime in September. So if you're interested in something like that, definitely maybe stick around by subscribing. Maybe leave a like while you're down there. It's up to you. Obviously, all of that is free, except for your finger clicking. I apologize. That is, unfortunately, the pain you will have to experience. As far as the roster, there is some sneaky little hiddens and star dev players on this offensive line. Who the hell is this? They got 3 star development linemen. What is this sorcery? Of course, he is 25 years old, so we will probably look to replace him as well. I also think I need to make a trade for Greg Little, as I believe they actually traded for him as well. This team, at certain positions, actually isn't too bad. Obviously, Devontae Parker, a guy who I believe is on a 1-year deal, is somebody that you obviously, maybe not obviously, but probably look to let go. Running back, definitely looking at somebody new there. And I may actually move a player that I'm looking to move in the Dolphins franchise as well to running back. May see it in real life, not sure. Eichenberg, whatever his name is, I thought he was a tackle. Long story short, though, as far as our Dolphins franchise is concerned, especially with Greg Little, he may just be a straight-up waste. I'm not even going to lie. He may be a straight-up waste. Austin Jackson's on the lower side for overall, but 22 star, a little rough. 83 strength does kind of suck, but maybe looks to be a guard for us in the future. Maybe tackle for now, guard later. Once again, it kind of depends on what Greg Little's overall is. I have no idea. Albert Wilson, probably not going to be much for us. Same with Jakeem Grant and Preston Williams, who is now not star anymore. Tua Tagovailoa, 73 overall star. Just usable, just good enough. What's his average sense of pressure? That's actually pretty clutch to have average sense of pressure. Lefty. Myles Gaskin, I know you're probably thinking, but he's star. Use him. He might have some promise in real life. Look at his ratings, though, in the game. He's just not it. Like, have you seen what the rookie running backs look like, even in, like, the 6th round? They look better than that. Now, the big thing that gets me, the shocking thing to me, is the fact that the Dolphins have Byron Jones, who is a superstar development trade. I thought he would have been star. I believe that's what they gave him middle of the season last year. Maybe they realized it's a little harsh to give him star since he was injured. They have Rayquan Davis, who also goes from normal to star. Once again, a little raw, but stars all across the board there. Christian Wilkins, star. I know. I get it. Here's the thing. Listen, hear me out. You're probably thinking this is supposed to be a realistic rebuild. It still is, right? But it is also kind of me testing out what is... Oh, they have Shaquem Griffin? Really? That's kind of clutch. But it is also me testing out the way I want to play our Dolphins franchise. And I'll be honest with you, there's like a 99% chance I just make them a proper 4-3. I get it. They're technically not a 4-3 in real life, but they are like a 4-3-3-4 hybrid scheme, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see here that, oh my, that pure 4-3 is not looking great. I'm just going to make them a 4-3. I'm sorry, okay? You're probably thinking, well, there goes the rebuild. It's ruined, but just hear me out, okay? Just let me live, please. I have no idea how good the Dolphins' offensive scheme is, but obviously we're going to rock with that. Okay, let's feed the freaking player. Yes, thank you. I am very glad that I have 100 staff points. Thank you very much. I love it. I will use them now. If it gets you off my back, I will. Here you go. Show one hit. Yeah, I really want that. Slow ratings for... no, dude, I don't care. I really don't. Oh, God, why did I do that? I don't care. Yay, staff points. Done. Jesus. Please. Just stop. Oh, I didn't even see that. They actually have Devontae Parker for another 2 years after this season. Obviously, the dead cap drops tremendously, so we could get rid of him next year. Wouldn't say that he's off limits in our Dolphins league because, once again, you do have Waddle and Fuller, who would be the number 1 and 2 guys. I will say outside of that, though, not looking super strong. This is the guy that I may look to start at running back. We will see, though. We have to take a look at if we can make a trade for someone else. I don't want to line this up too much to where it's going to be the exact same trades that I'm looking to make in the online league, but it would be nice to kind of throw some of the players in that I'm thinking about and see if maybe those are okay decisions or not. So as far as Greg Little goes in the game, I mean, he is better than Eichenberg, whatever his name is. I'd have to look at the traits. Seems decent with high motor and balanced. Injury doesn't seem to be a concern. Not super great, but he is young. I got to give it to the Dolphins. Even though their line sucks, at least they are all primarily young. If you're not going to sign an old veteran, at least you're not signing some like 26, 27-year-old randomer. You're going with someone young that has high potential, kind of like, Austin Jackson. I believe they gave a 7th only. I'm going to take a look. Pretty sure it was only a 7th-round pick. Oh, do we not have a 3rd round in real life? That kind of sucks. Oh, wait, do we have an extra a 1st round in 2023? Wait, how? Wait, from what? I thought they lost... I thought they gave up their extra 1st-round pick. Okay. All right, the Dolphins aren't actually looking half bad here. Game says Greg Little is way more valuable than that. Love it. Like I said, I'll give the Dolphins some credit for their O-line decisions, but what is this? Crevion LeBlanc looking absolutely washed. And then Nick Needham, I'll give it to him. He's young, so maybe the developers are like, hey, he's slow, but maybe he is fast, and they just got to give him time. I don't want him, but the price ain't bad. Noah will be number 4, move up to number 3 after Coleman's gone, and obviously we come into the game with some pretty sick cornerback, well, really just DB play. But like I said, with this tough thing, like I don't care if this is like unrealistic. It's only a couple of moves. I absolutely have to start the young safeties because I'm going to be doing that in the league. May even try to trade those safeties off because their hits aren't insane. I know those aren't necessarily the most realistic moves, but let's be honest, Holland has to start here in Madden terms, and then Braden Jones, maybe not that great, but he's young, got some decent hit power. If his hit power wasn't good, I'd probably just start Rowe and just draft a safety or go for someone, but his hit power is pretty decent, workable. I apologize. Okay, I apologize. I have to do it. All right, so this is what the roster looks like for year 1. I will say with Bowden, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to allow him to play running back. Nothing crazy in the change of direction department. Juke ability is obviously there, actually decent trucking, but he does have pretty good catching. So, honestly, I'd actually maybe look, if I could get a trade for Devontae Parker, honestly look to put him at the slot spot, maybe with that feet and bounds and, decent slot ability. But could be running back because I think he has the most potential out of all the players. You could argue Ahmed here, who's actually not bad himself, but definitely not as jukey, definitely doesn't have as good of hands, more injury prone and all that. There's some other options at running back that I'm thinking about as well that we could trade for, but I think for now, we're just going to rock in-house because it kind of seems like what the Dolphins are going to do. As far as defensively goes, we are starting safeties that just won't start in real life. Holland may see some time, Brandon Jones may see some time, but it probably will be the vets, McCourty and Rowe, but I will allow it this time because that is what 100% I'll be doing in our Dolphins franchise. Of course, we're going to be playing a 4-3 here, which the team does kind of fit that a little bit better, but Van Ginkel, I suppose, is being kind of wasted a little bit because he is kind of that hybrid outside player. If we weren't in our division, I'd actually probably trade him to the Patriots for 10 first-round picks, and they'd probably take it because that's just the type of player they would want. Andy's a white dude. Christian Wilkins, apparently a superstar. Once again, we have had dev-ups that are undeserved before, so we will have to check. And we had 2 breakouts. I've always thought him as even with if we do. Oh! Bowden with 20k XP and a dev-up. All right, EA, don't cuck me. Just, any other week, just don't cuck me. First win in a while, too. Spoiler alert. Bowden, it's 100+ total. So he just needs 21 receiving. Hell, easily 6 for 123. Maybe he should be. Maybe he should be that wide receiver guy. Tackle for a loss, and he did. Nice. We keep both. All right, so I got to admit, unfortunate start to this rebuild because we are doing poorly, which, normally there's always some sort of silver lining, and that's you get a good pick. Obviously, the Dolphins did the smart thing when they traded back up to trade off their own draft pick because, you don't want your own pick. You obviously have all the reasons in the world to win, but you still have that first-round pick, but it's from the Niners. So I don't know how well they're doing, but I would imagine they're doing better than us. Ogba, this is one of those kind of risky contracts where it's not risky because he's a good player, but it's risky on do you want to take the risk that he's going to get to superstar and you give him a 4-year at this price or not, or risk paying more later. I'm worth paying more later if we have to. We have so much money, by the way. Bernardrick McKinney, if he's willing to take a 2-year deal, even at that price, I suppose. But from what I'm learning here, is we are absolutely screwed in our Dolphins franchise because, honestly, even at a 2-year deal, I don't even think I would pay this. Great block shedding, great hit power, but no coverage, no speed at all. Change of directions, probably just god-awful. As far as anyone else goes, you can afford Coleman, you can afford McCourty, but I just think you let them go. Pilardi, we get a new guy there. I also did not know Nick Needham was star dev, which could change some things. Maybe you can make an argument to play him at safety, and I could trade him off or something. But as far as for us goes, probably not worth it. Shaquem Griffin, who literally can't play any other position, not paying him to play outside linebacker for us. Yeah, there's some options here, but outside of maybe some backup contracts, I think we have everyone we want, except for Will Fuller. We want to keep him on a 4-year deal, I suppose. 4-year deal, man. I'd actually probably look to tag him. Year 1 tag shouldn't be like 14 to 15 mil in the franchise, but obviously for this situation, we're going to keep him automatically. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we're going to keep. I'm going to let a lot of guys go. We have a lot of money, but a lot of these guys are backups or just aren't worth the money. I accidentally skipped auto the championship, but I mean, it doesn't matter because we didn't make it. Freaking 6-11. What are those Niners looking like? And, we don't see them yet. Don't see them yet. Yay! 10-7. Super great decision there as we gave up pick number 6. I am so happy, super stoked. Let's take a look at the schedule. Not that I would have any reason to cheat, but let's actually take a look at some of the teams you lost to. So the Patriots, fair enough. Bills, fair enough. Raiders, I don't know about all that. Colts, I guess, but 0 points, really. Tampa, of course we beat the best overall team in the game. The Jaguars, fair enough. Falcons, yeah, that kind of sucks. Bills, okay, surprising win. Should not lose that, fair enough. Yes. Probably not. Yes. Yeah, probably fair, and meh. So, I mean, we lost to some teams that we shouldn't have, and we definitely won some games we shouldn't have. Thank you very much. I understand. I have staff points, or I earned staff points because I don't have them anymore. Tua with 4,203 yards, which is actually kind of low considering, if you take away that extra game, that's like under 4,000 probably. 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Not bad touchdown to pick ratio. Lynn Bowden, not great, but not terrible, especially since he got to star. So, I mean, usable. We'll see where we go from here. 996 with 7 touchdowns. Receiving, did he do well? Oh, my. I get he has good catching, but that's pretty high on the receiving list. Devontae Parker was okay. Will Fuller was okay. Waddle was okay. Gesicki was decent. I don't really like whatever scheme we're running, so I'm definitely going to change it. Austin Jackson got destroyed. Liam was okay. Kinley was pretty bad. Skura was awful. And then Robert Hunt was decent. 3 guys in the tackle department of 100+. Emmanuel Ogba, not bad. Jalen Phillips, the rookie, playing the edge. 8 sacks, not bad. Pick total, Baker with 3. Nothing really special in picks. Jason Sanders, who is really good with kick accuracy, okay kick power, misses 3 out of 9. Those are awful numbers. Jalen Waddle, kick return game, gets a touchdown. Don't think he'll be playing there for us. I'll probably keep, just like we did here, Jakeem Grant, and I'll probably start him back there. Yearly awards, the MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson. As far as any awards we have, maybe some rookie award. Number 2, damn, that sucks. Was Bowden on the top 100 list? He was at number 8. Of course, the receiving numbers obviously help. Actually, I don't know if they help because it is best running back. I know running stats don't count for best quarterback, so maybe it actually doesn't count. Oh, why did I look at O-line like that was going to be something we would be a part of? Like, I don't know about that. don't think that's going to happen. Kicking not even in the top 10, which is just laughably bad considering he's like a top 3 overall kicker. Yes, we understand. All right, Seattle, win the Super Bowl, please, because I don't want to see the Browns win one. Yay, they did it. Let's take a look at any dev-ups we would have had. I don't know if we would have had any. Bowden does not go to Superstar. Thought maybe he would have, just because he is, he did have a really good receiving season. We'll take it, though. 79 overall with Star is a win. Devontae Parker does drop. What does he drop in, though? Release -3. I mean, if you got him to Superstar, which I'd say if you threw to him a lot, he actually would be pretty decent. Really good jump ball receiver, but obviously it's a bit of a long shot, so we probably will look to release him or trade him here in the offseason. Maybe draft a true slot guy. I know Waddle kind of is that, but I also don't think the Dolphins are going to be looking to play Waddle in the pure slot position if they drafted him as high as they did. O-line, we got some upgrades, but nothing major. Gesicki's looking pretty good, actually. He's looking pretty... Nah, I'm not. Did he get any speed upgrades, though? I don't remember what he starts with. I think 83 is what he starts with. He is on the slower side. He'd be one of our slowest starting tight ends, but he is very good at catching. Pretty solid route runner as well. Baker does go to star development trait, which is extremely clutch. Obviously, he will be the starter as well for us in our league. I mean, not even just the starter. He'll be the #1 user. Byron Jones, he is superstar. Does he drop any dev or overall? He doesn't. Man, I got to be honest with you. I was really questioning what do we do with Byron Jones in the league, but when I seen that he did have superstar, I was a little surprised. And does Noah also have star? Did EA just give everyone star? Because I've noticed this is the case for a lot of teams, but I will also say, I suppose that probably does explain why we haven't won like a Super Bowl in every single rebuild. Ogba could have went to Superstar. Phillips could have went to Superstar. They didn't. I'm not like the maddest person in the world about it. Obviously, we're losing players like Needham and Coleman, but I mean, you look at Noah here. Doesn't really look like we need. Yep. Last chance. Bernard McKinney must have regressed a little bit because that number went from 4 for 55 to 4 for 36. I don't care though. That's just way too much money, and I would assume the tag would be something like 20 mil because. Once again, the game is still figuring that he's not actually an outside linebacker. They're just figuring that he's an edge rusher because the game has no differentiating at all, which is just pretty laughable, to be honest. As far as anyone else goes, yeah, I think we just let them all go. I think it's just not worth the money. So we have 60 mil to work with. This is kind of where the realism kind of, or not the realism, but the test kind of goes awry, if you will, because obviously... As far as the user league goes, Von Miller is probably the only high overall that even has the slightest of chance to go into free agency. 1, because I don't know what the Broncos' financial situation is. And 2, that is a very harsh regression. I don't know what his actual ratings are. They still don't show you progression history or regression history unless they're actually your player. But, I mean, he's not looking too hot. I ain't gonna lie. He's basically looking like Emmanuel Ogbah, which, I mean... As someone that has Emmanuel Ogbah, I can tell you, is not the greatest of compliments. J.K. Scott, a guy that in real life, once again with the Packers cap situation, could be very well there. I look for decent special teams. That may be a little overpriced for our liking, but, I mean, he's a good player, so it is what it is. Although I will say, lacking in consistency as of late. Deshaun Elliott, that's just a guy that will not hit free agency in that league and probably not in real life, so I'm going to, let him live. Ronnie Harrison, once again, money-wise, could. You never know. Tanyan probably would in real life and in-game and in franchise, really. As far as any other position goes, we're probably looking for some sort of linebacker, and that's probably it. We could still draft one. Once again, we obviously got cucked, or we self-cucked, I suppose, in terms of real life, but we could still probably get a decent linebacker in the draft if we need to. You have someone like Anthony Walker, another guy that in game and in real life you could see let go. So, I mean, it's fair. Probably won't go for him, though. Do we even offer any big names? I guess we got Scott. Everyone else is a backup. Yeah, we didn't offer on any big names. To be fair, there really wasn't any big names there, right? Like Devontae Adams, if he is available in real life, I doubt he would go to Miami. Maybe, but I'd highly doubt it. Just seems like he's just going to the Chargers no matter what. Even if Rodgers is in Green Bay and they have the money. Or he's going to go nowhere because no one wants him. To be fair, they probably just can't afford him. This is a risk, but this guy is a Heisman winner. Safety is kind of on the need list. Usually Heisman winners have at least star or better. Would we argue that if he doesn't have at least superstar, though, that he's not worth it? Maybe. Because that 40 time is rough, but the rest isn't looking too bad. As far as being red goes, he's not, like, crazy red, right? Like, he's actually, like, he's an early second talent grade, but he's late first projected. That's not bad, right? So maybe, but then you have this guy, though. So, I mean, what can you really do? Safety's not the biggest need in the world for us, but I did offer on Dante Hightower, and if we get him, I suppose it's probably not worth going for a safety over, or a linebacker over a safety at this point. And then cornerback, there actually does appear to be some decent corners. We just don't need one right now. Like, we just have the entire cornerback list up. But doesn't mean you can't look for someone a little bit later. All right, so we have pick 20 in the draft. Let's take a look at who has. We have the Niners pick, but the Eagles. Oh my lord, next gen draft, love it. The Eagles are the ones that have our first-round pick, which is an absolute win there for them. We'll wait for it to subside so we can actually see what they did. And they take a 75 overall right end. Obviously, we're going to try to hurry up here and catch this board as fast as possible here. It takes like 30 seconds to get to this cleanness, and then this, and we wait another 30. All right, so we have a couple of choices. Both of the safeties are still there. Man, I don't know, because now we have a decision. There's some other raw-looking players, but they do have high potential. Like the center wouldn't be a bad choice, but he's 23. The linebackers are still there. Don't really need one as much this season. There are obviously some decent choices here for a fact. The question is linebacker that big of a need to where we should actually be or safety should be taking one? I do not know, but let's take a look at the safeties. So, it's two of them. Let's just do this. So, of course, a 5'9" hybrid who does look insanely good, or Cole Ford, who is kind of on the taller side. Good hit power, could play strong safety, looks better there. But his 40 and all that's really bad. The only thing holding him up is the fact that he's a Heisman winner, early first from the late first projection, or an early second talent grade, late first projection. Something tells me Bryce Brown's normal, and Cole Ford's obviously hitting because he's, well, I mean, you don't always have to be hitting if you're a Heisman winner, but I'm risking the Heisman. Screw it. I'm going to risk it. And he is hitting, thankfully. That would be a massive sell if he wasn't at least hitting, because he would definitely not be as good as the other guy. But, oof. That speed, though. Yikes. Automatic starting strong safety, but wow, is he slow. I knew he was going to be, but wow, that's something. Sweet, man. I'm actually going to take Cannon. I think he looks really good. I'm going to take him. 75 overall, which is nice. Normal dev, which is not. And he actually kind of looks like the guy from Face of the Franchise, the coach. I don't know if he's the offensive coordinator or the wide receiver coach. I think he's the OC, though. This guy's really slow, but those skills are really good. I'm going to risk him. 69 overall. What were the skills again? So tackle was probably one of them. Hit power was probably one of them. And I don't know what the other one would have been. Maybe, I don't know. He had A- on 3 of them. So what would have the third one been? Like play rec and they just don't show? No, I don't know. Did we just get scammed? Did he lie? We could use a center, so I probably will trade up to like 20. Devontae Ellington is still there, but the DT, or the center anyways, is gone. Oh my god. Man, this was not a good class. I mean, I've seen some pretty damn good classes. This is not one of them. And it's only not one of them because of me. That's safety we have to get. No one else is worth grabbing, though, so I'm just going to move on. I think we are going to risk Hobbs, though. Very good power move, decent tackle, pursuits decent, good strength, 22. Hoping for the best, and we get the opposite of the best, that's for a fact. Yeah, that is what it is. He's young, not a bad backup. And then hopefully the safety's here. If not that it's the hugest thing in the world, but I would probably argue that this is easily our worst draft we've had in rebuilds this year so far. And why is this guy... I'm just going to take him. I don't understand. 69 overall, normal, usable. I don't know why everyone hates this guy, but every other player was gone for us. That is brutal. And we have no other picks remaining. Nice. Wow, we sold. I would really like to see those players if I can track them down without putting too much effort into it, because I don't want to look all day at names. My eyes will just cry. Of course, Fort will be the automatic strong safety starter. Fits the bill. Brandon Jones probably would be the long-term starter for us in our user league, but obviously here, not the case. 30, I guess, and okay, superstar. Well, let's take a look at Bryce Brown, but you can't really beat superstar. I mean, you can, and unfortunately, if that's the case, I'm going to be sad. Alexander's, of course, they get a hidden star or better rookie off of our draft pick. Love it. Where was the other guy? The other guy had to be like Bryce Brown right there, 77 overall, also hidden. Absolute god. Perfect slot corner. Please be star. Please be star. And he is. Okay, so still could argue that we made the wrong decision, but at least our guy does have better dev. What's the age, actually? 21. Bryce Brown, who is literally like almost 10 speed faster, is also 21. Sweet. So here's Heenan. 69 overall, normal. Not mad that we didn't trade up for him. A little bit before us. This is the running back that I had on my list. Of course he's hidden. Super, super fast. That's the reason, obviously, why he was on the list. I think he ran like a 4.37. Let's take a look at what we're looking at for that hidden development trait. Probably star. Yeah, star development trait, which is good, but obviously not like saddeningly good. And that safety must have went... I don't even remember what his name is, actually, to be fair. Oh, here he is, actually. Denzel Toller. Yeah, I was about to say safety must have went decently high. Not really. So, I mean, we lost the running back, but everyone else was pretty average. So, I guess it was just kind of not a great draft for us. We did get a starting superstar safety, though, which is nice. Damn it, I was going to trade for Decker because they drafted Peoples, but as I expected, they signed Decker to a long-term deal in real life. We do trade Devontae Parker to the Colts for a 4th-round pick and their backup tight end. Damn it, I was hoping to get an actual player. Would have given them probably like a 5th or a 6th on top of it to get Decker. It would have been so clutch, but they actually did pay him in real life quite a bit of money. All right, the lineup might look familiar to you because it's basically the same as last year. The difference is Waddle moves up and Cannon moves to number 3 because we just drafted him. Greg Little at the center spot. Liam at the right tackle. I'm not going to say the last name. Robert Hunt still a guard. Lindley still a guard. Or Kinley still a guard. And then Austin Jackson had actually a pretty decent season considering his overall, and the rest of the line gets to a 73 overall. Gesicki, any speed upgrade at all, pal? No? All right. It doesn't make me sad at all, clearly. Defensively, Fort looks like the new starting strong safety because he is, as far as other positions go, everyone else is pretty much the same, but we also do add Hightower. So as far as, seasonal projections go, I can't imagine we'd win more than like another game or two, but maybe the division sucks because once again, the Bills and Sims seem to be pretty bad. Jets we don't talk about, and then the Patriots are hit or miss. All right, so we have re-signings. Christian Wilkins got to Superstar, which obviously saves him tremendously, which obviously will give us the reason to give him a 4-year, just about 10 mil per year deal, which is obviously a win for us, not bad for him. Van Ginkel, once again, being paid as an edge, which I suppose he kind of is, but for us, we had him in coverage more. Coverage isn't looking that great. I would say he probably is built more for edge rushing ability, so yeah, we'll probably let him go. Myles Gaskin, not terrible money. Let's actually see how he's played as a backup, at least, over the last season and a half, and not so great, to be fair. So we will be letting him go. Greg Little will give a 2-year deal to, because it's not bad money, and it's he's a backup. It is what it is. Well, he's a starter now, but hopefully at some point we'll make him a backup. Otherwise, that means our O-line sucks. All right, so I have no idea what's going on. I have zero idea. We are a decent overall team, yet we are still sucking. I've used multiple different playbooks now, and we still just suck. Look at those numbers. 31 in points per game, 29th in rush yards per game, 27th in points per game on defense, 31 in pass, 29 in rush. We're not confused on our scheme. I mean, I don't understand. I want to take a quick look at what the teams are. Obviously, we have like morale negative probably at this point. I don't get it. I mean, some of these teams are okay, but we're all kind of the same overall. We're all chilling around here, but here we are sucking. Maybe we just had a really tough schedule. I'll take a look. At least this time we do have our own pick, I suppose, but not the playoffs. We obviously don't. That was like a self-inflicted joke there. Obviously, we're not in the playoffs, but looking at the regular season, of course, tough matchup. Easy, we do win. Fair enough, I guess. Should not lose that. Fair enough, even though I'd like to score some points. Yes, obviously, fair. Should not lose that, but the Jets were actually decent. Fair, meh, okay, fair, and we should have won by more, but I guess the schedule is kind of tough. I don't know. A lot of these games, at least in the AFC rebuilds, it seems like are very 50-50 games, so I don't know what to tell you. Although Tua, I'm just saying, if a quarterback is an option, if there's someone decent there, we may have to may have to draft him, because I mean that's pretty bad, right? As the O-line, what are these numbers? 21 sacks for a guard. What are these numbers? Look at these numbers. Speaking of, tackles high as hell. Sack totals didn't change the scheme one bit. Yeah, we were way worse. Okay, Sanders was a lot better, I will say, which in turn means we were way worse because obviously more field goals kicked. I wouldn't imagine we would win a single award, but maybe something. And no, we quick went because even if we're close on an award, I really don't care. I just don't. Wow. Talk about a waste of a season. I suppose that's the big takeaway, other than maybe O-line upgrades for, even though they don't deserve it, just, XP upgrades, I guess. Super Bowl between the Buccaneers and the Ravens, and the Ravens win. So, is it the Ravens winning back-to-back? No, it was the Seahawks and someone. Was it the Seahawks and Ravens? No, Seahawks and Browns, so it wasn't back-to-back. Yeah, the Jets choked, though. They lost to, was it lost? Yeah, I think they lost to us when they were 9-3, and they just lost every game. I would imagine they made the postseason still, but that was a bit of a yikes if you're them. I guess managed staff. Let's take a look at the staff. We have an offensive coordinator that probably isn't very good. Defensive coordinator that's probably not very good. Let's take a look at the talent trees, I suppose. Boost tackle, boost block shed. I mean, he's not the worst, right? He's actually pretty decent, I suppose. Let's take a look at the offensive guy. I suppose if he sucks, there's no point in keeping him. Ability to equip X factors, boost impact blocking, run blocking, pass blocking. So far, those look like trash. Do keep the injury there. Carrying. I think it's time for a new offensive coordinator. Dan Hampton is out of here. He's out of here. Can we look for someone that has like vertical like zone or something? So can I hire anyone even if they aren't an offensive-minded head coach or, coordinator? Peter Troyer, Earlzo Green. Be nice to find like a vertical zone, like I said. Chris Roberts, West Coast zone. Multiple zone for Ed Green. Obviously, I wanted to say Ed Reed. Braden Williamson looks actually pretty decent. I think we're going to hire Braden Williamson. New offensive coordinator, Braden Williamson, on the squad. Brian Flores obviously is us, but it's not really his fault necessarily. We tried a bunch of different things. Except for defense, we'll probably change the scheme there as well this season. But yeah, not a good year at all. Just really trash. Last chance for negotiations. Myles Gaskin, he's just not worth it. We'll probably try to get Prewitt, but other than that, everyone's gown. So Quentin Nelson is there. Just going to be honest, he's not going anywhere for Indianapolis. Same with Tyreek Hill, just not going anywhere for Indianapolis. Could make the argument for Trent because I would assume there's some sort of clause in his contract where they can get rid of him. Considering how old he is, they paid him that much money, but once again, I'm not really looking to look at that or do that. Wilkinson's actually an X Factor, which I just seen, which is sick. Darron Payne, someone that actually could be let go in Washington. They got a lot of DTs. I can't imagine they could afford everyone. They do have Ioannidis here, though. But not the biggest need, and I, once again, don't think he'd be a free agent. Probably see Ioannidis go before him. Montez Sweat, don't need him, unfortunately, because that would actually be probably the guy I would go for. Slayton, don't really need him, and he's obviously pretty solid. Davenport, don't need him. JC Treader. That's not a bad contract. I mean, that's a 2-year deal worth 20. Might as well. Actually, we should do a 1 year because if we even want him, if he's even around, we could probably get him for the same price, if not cheaper anyways. Corner's not a need just yet. I don't think there's going to be anyone else here other than maybe a running back that we could really go for, right? So we did get Treader, and we also got Bobby Okereke in a 4-year 34.5, which is an absolute W. Not a bad set of contracts, I suppose, and they do actually help the team quite a bit. We don't have Gaskin, but we do have Damian Harris, who actually might fit better as a backup around here than Gaskin would, since he's kind of a similar type player anyways to Bowden. But at least Damian Harris is like a pure trucking back. All right, start the NFL draft. Pick number 4. There's some choices, obviously, but none are really that glaring. There is another Heisman-winning safety, and there you go. Holy crap. I thought about him, but he was 23, so I don't know if I would have actually made the play. Thank you, White Light of Death. We also have pick 13, so we have some very good picks, obviously, this year. The question is there any need that is so high that we would be willing to take someone up here? Probably not. Will Woodard and Mr. Julian St. Clair probably don't need both, but maybe one of them is worth taking. The rest are all kind of like second rounders. So realistically, the best thing to do here is trade down and just absolutely steal someone's future. If it wasn't interdivision, but I suppose the Buccaneers are technically offering us better, but it would be nice to go to a team that doesn't have that great of projections, which the Eagles are probably better. But I think, I mean, if you're going with the Colts or anything like that, I'd probably rather just go with the Buccaneers and just get that. Ooh, but the freaking Browns are offering a this year pick. I got to take the Browns. That offer is insane. 2 first-round picks and a second. I know they're all late, but it's worth it. And they take a pass rusher. He looked decent, but of course his overall is lacking. Should still be hidden, though, I'd imagine. Now the question is, do we want to take a risk on a lineman? Of course, we also have a third-round pick. Quarterback, we may draft him sometime in the second. I'm not all in on Tua, so at the end of the day, just saying, best available. I think we trade down again, actually. I think we're going to go to like 24 or something like that. All right, Seattle's offering us a very fair trade. We go to 25. We get 57 and 89 this year. This should be a juicer draft. All right, so one of the linemen should be gone, but hopefully the other guy's still there. He is an early first rounder. Oh, speaking of early first rounder, or early second rounder. Speaking of early first, though, this guy is really good. 23, though. Don't need a guy right now. So if I'm going to go for a pass rusher, I want someone that's 21 or 22. Middle linebacker. Don't tell me the guard's gone too. He is there. Julian Leclerc, 21 years old as well. Can you really ask for much better than that? We also have Khalid Ford. There's a lot of really good players here, actually, and it is that we have such good draft picks. Oh, geez, Lonnie Truman's decent too. I think, the lineman's the biggest need. Iffy choice here, but we're going to risk it. Leclerc, yes, thank you. That late second grade, last second, I almost kind of wanted to back out of it. Thankfully, we did not. 99% chance that he's probably star, but you never know. You could get that 1% chance that he's superstar. Maybe even an X Factor. It's rare, but we usually get like 3 X Factor linemen on the case of like 100 rebuilds. So, I mean, it's not impossible. As far as O-line goes, though, I don't think we need another one now, though. Maybe you go for Nick Bibbs later, but I don't think we need one. So we're going to have to filter through all the defensive tackle talent. Could use a linebacker for the future. Obviously, Bobby Okereke is going to be the starter, but we need to replace Dante Hightower next year. We have a really good-looking safety with Justin Watkins, who could actually play linebacker as well. I think DT and or corner are the biggest needs. So the corner, obviously the only one really there, will be on the top of the list, and then we'll probably move a DT there and then choose. I've mulled it over, and even though he's 5'9", I think Lonnie Truman's our choice, and he is normal, but he's going to be sitting behind some really elite corners. Could even play safety. Don't really need a safety that badly, though. He's really good catching, decent hit power. He's a pretty good corner. I know he's 5'9", but he's probably worth it. Now we have linebackers, which I wish this white screen would go away, because if I need to trade up, I will wait until one of them is gone. Ooh, he might have already been gone, which is great news. Well, we're moving up, especially for a team like the Texans that have needed linebacker for a while. Jamal Godfrey was, I mean, they're both, or Jeromepkr Godfrey, they're both really solid, but I don't remember which one was better. They do need a middle linebacker. Is there any way we can give them on top of a trade up that would entice them? You have Glover, but I don't know about that now. We're just going to give them a 4th round pick, which gives them a value of 60 over, which is obviously fair. Something that would be very tough for them to pass on. Especially looking at our team, this would probably be more likely a DT or another lineman pick if you're them watching. And man, that's really tough to pass on. So them, seeing Stern go here probably crushes their dreams, but I don't care because dream crushing is my favorite. 77 overall, so even higher than Godfrey. We don't know what the dev of Godfrey is, but an absolute win. And you could almost argue he's already better than Hightower. Maybe if we can get rid of Hightower, we actually start this guy. A little iffy with the skills, but obviously very fast. Looks like the perfect fit for DT2. And he is hidden development traits, so I can't... Unless we can get some value off of Rayquan Davis, I can't look at his dev because, knowing his dev actually would give us an advantage because right now Rayquan Davis is the starting number 2. Late 3rd, this seems a little unfair because I just don't think a guy this good would be there still. Do I still do it, though? Do I still have no morals? I do. So Amaro, hidden development, 73 overall. This gives us an option. Does Tua get traded at the deadline? Does Tua get traded at all? Does he get traded right now? I don't know. He won't because obviously we don't know his dev, but this makes things interesting. Definitely makes things interesting. And Gervaisi here is looking really tough to pass on. I can't lie. Oh, Watkins. I want Watkins. Never mind. And 75 overall, hidden, decently fast, built to play linebacker. What did we do? Why did we take him? He's too good. He's too good to sit. And what is he going to do? Potentially sit. Could use a running back for the future, kinda. I mean, we don't have anyone else here. We're going to take him. Another hidden. So obviously this draft is 10 times better than the last draft. Makes things interesting to say the least. And we are going to be moving on to the 4th round. How much did the Dolphins give Bowden? We didn't pay him, right? And yet he's still on the team? I really wanted to land a proper backup pass rusher, but we didn't. So we're going to take Moreland. 67 overall. Cardale Moreland. Actually not terrible. Not terrible. Time to look at the draft recap. Only going to be looking at players that are projected starters. Well, to be fair, I say that, but Leclerc probably won't start this year, but it doesn't really matter too much anyways. Star development trait, that's why. Truman was normal, right? Yeah, he was only normal. Davis can't look at because it actually matters. Tua will start no matter what, so it really doesn't matter what Amaro's dev is, but it's very interesting to see what his dev could be. Star... I mean, that's tough to deal with, right? Because like if he was Superstar or X Factor, you have a chance. Hey, maybe we start him, but with Star, I just feel like that's just going to be trade bait a year or two down the line. Justin Watkins, no idea where to play this guy. Looks decent, though. Looks better than our current strong safety, can't lie. And then Colbert's, once again, trade bait in the future, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. As he is probably also Star development trait. And he is. So unless the DT Superstar would have landed a bunch of stars, which is obviously pretty common, I suppose. Godfrey was also normal development trait. I imagine he was a little bit faster than the current guy we have, right? Looks a little bit faster. Hit power is also a little bit better. So he was just, even though our guy's overall is higher, he's just a little bit better than our guy at everything. Except for that Excel is way higher. Change of direction's awful as well. Is this the guy everyone was passing on, by the way? So you guys got it right. Like, come on, dude. He's good. Here's the edge rusher I was looking at. Ted Butler. Pretty damn solid. Got some good moves outside of no bull rush, it seemed, right? I mean, I kind of glanced, but looked like he had no bull rush. Dev was star. I mean, pretty much every one of these players is star. We will actually look at Tommy Davis's dev because we are going to be trading Rayquan. Rayquan is actually really good, but he's 26, needs a contract this year, so we're going to let him go. And by let him go, obviously, I mean trade him for at least like a late 2nd, early 3rd, because he is kind of worth it. You can see that he does have pretty damn good block shed. But this guy, Tommy Davis, already has better, pass rush ability. I will say Rayquan's really good, but once again, gotta pay him. Don't want to pay him. Oh, Hightower got to Superstar. That's kind of clutch. You know, lasts an extra year, kind of. Extra credit. It's kind of a pass rusher ability, though, isn't it? Kevin Stern, I suppose, will be the left outside linebacker, but not for the first season, even though he might actually be just the same overall. We trade them Rayquan Davis and Brandon Jones for a 3rd and a 6th. I think that's kind of more fair than a second-round pick. All right, time for year 3. Maybe we can get to at 500. Oh, Lord. Tua is only an 80 overall after all this time. Of course, he actually looks okay, but only an 80. Okay, Bowden's obviously a decent overall. 85 overall. Does need a contract this year, I would imagine. As far as everyone else goes, though, Fuller's okay. Waddle's obviously an 85. He's okay. O-line made some upgrades, specifically with Shredder. Defensively, we got some dev-ups, obviously. Baker also went to Superstar. Same with Hightower. And then, obviously, we know that Wilkins is an X-Factor, which is nice. I don't know if Xavier Howard went down in overall because of his age. Did he? He did a little bit. A little bit. Nothing crazy, but a little bit. 30 years old. Should be fine for maybe even the rest of this thing. Fort was already a Superstar. Holland did not go up in dev. So, a decent team. 84 overall, debatably 85. I mean, we match up with the Niners. Come on, dude. Give us one good season, please. Well, we were doing all right, and then we went on a huge losing streak, which is just great. Lynn Bowden, who could actually, if we had to, move back to wide receiver, let's pay him a bit more than this. A 5-year 35 is a little bit better than what they were asking for. Treader, once again, the exact same money that he was wanting before we signed him. Could re-sign him. Robert Hunt, his overall is decent, but I will say he kind of sucks. Right? Like, I can see why he gave up so many sacks. It was him that did, right? Let's take a look at how he's doing, because we do have a backup in the mix anyways. Set as captain, no thank you. What is his sack totals? Oh, it wasn't him. It was the other guy. Damn it, Robert Hunt has been very good, actually. Oh, man, I don't want to pay him, but sure, I suppose. Someone's got to play center, right? If Treader's gone. To a 5-year 128, no shots. Austin Jackson has been bad, but that's just Madden Sim, so we're going to give him a 5-year deal worth 42.5, which in this market isn't bad. Solomon Kinley will give him a 4-year deal worth about 35, which once again in the market is not bad. Noah, future cornerback starter for us. I think a 4-year deal would probably be a little bit more realistic as a backup, but we'll give him a 5-year deal. I would probably give him a 7-year deal in our actual franchise, though. And that's pretty much it. I think it's time to replace Tua. I don't know what's going on here. We are just... Is there like a playbook meta I need to use or something? And that's why we're not winning? Because this team should not be losing every single game like they have. We start off the season... How good were we? We were like 4-1, I think. 3-1, and then we lose. So we beat the Steelers, fair enough. We lose to the Chiefs, fair enough. We beat the Patriots and Bills. Obviously, lose the Cowboys, fair enough. Patriots, Raiders, no shot. Jets, no shot. Bills, fair enough. Saints, maybe. Chargers, maybe. Washington, maybe. Texans? The Texans? The Eagles? Come on, dude. Get real. Some BS, man. And yeah, Tua's out of here, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Like, well, I mean, it could just be the scheme. Like, how good is Tua? 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. He does get to an 83. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's just not playing well. This is one of his better seasons, though. The touchdowns are just kind of low. You know, if it wasn't for the touchdowns, which it does seem like the rushing touchdowns were actually pretty decent, he would have been up there. Gesicki could go to Superstar. I don't know how the devs work. I mean, last year Titans just didn't dev up, so fair enough. Waddle still hasn't really proven to be that useful. And then Bowden, absolutely crushing it as a receiver. O-line, Austin Jackson, my guy, gets the payday, and look at him shine. 16, 15, and then 5. What a play on the year. Sack totals, nice stuff for 2 of them at least. Jalen Phillips kind of iffy there last year and this year. Bobby Okereke, though, has been absolutely worth every dime. Not that we even paid him all that much when you think about it anyways. Take a look at the yearly awards. Year 3, just, you know, not even the year either. any awards, and it appears not. Better year, but still pretty bad, all things considered. So we got a new coordinator, and it wasn't great, but our pass yards per game did move up to 9. Our points per game moved up to 15. Rush yards per game we don't talk about, but it was an improvement. Do we maybe follow suit and get rid of the defensive coordinator now? I think we do. He's a 3-4 like expert. We need a 4-3 guy. I think the best option is honestly Riverboat Ron. He's really the best option. And of course, we do actually have a lot of upgrade points as well. So let's put some on. Boost the injury rating. Why not? Play rec. Not bad actually. Boost pursuit. So cornerback's kind of his expertise. Unfortunately, corner's really not the position we need. Let's move the left side a little bit here. Boosting tackle is not a bad idea. And you can only go one side. Is that what it is? When I think of trees, I think of like choose whatever you want. But I suppose tackling and whatnot is probably the best case here. If we added a couple of wins by adding an offensive coordinator, in theory, right, defensively, hopefully we add a couple of wins now as the Chiefs barely beat the Cardinals. Interesting team name there. But let's go to re-signing. On to year 4. Haven't even made the freaking playoffs yet, let alone a chance at the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't mind that for our franchise in, online league. Obviously, I want a challenge in general, but overall, I will say... it's not bad, right? Like it's good that we're not guaranteed a spot, but obviously our user can definitely add to that. A 5-year deal, I got to do the math on this, which comes out to 27 per year. That's actually not bad, and he is happy to re-sign. Last moment re-signing there. Thought maybe it would decline. Probably would have actually helped us, but 26, it is what it is. It's fine. JC Treader will let go just because we do have other offensive linemen waiting anyways. The question is, if we could upgrade anything, what would be good enough in free agency to actually pay for? Maybe a right tackle. Running back has played okay. He's played okay. Our yards per game rushing isn't great, but he has played okay. Bobby Okereke, also now a superstar dev trait player, which is actually huge because, once again, he's looking on the older side. I don't think... What is a reach elite? I guess reach elite actually is okay. But at this point, realistically, left end maybe. And then a tackle. But outside of that, I mean, we just got to play better. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe Will Fuller slips to number 3 and we sign some really good wide receiver here. I don't know. I mean, you can see we're not that rich after signing Tua. We have 31 mil left over. Tyron Smith on a 2-year. Seems kind of like a waste of money, though. Chin, don't need him. T. Higgins. I mean, at this rate, it is probably just Tyron, so maybe we should pay him. Try to offer him, see what we can do. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do and hope for the best. It's a lot of money, though. Yeah, never mind. Both of these guys are actually being offered over 20 mil per year, which, I mean, isn't far off of reality, but jeez, that is too much. Now, there is a very good wide receiver, maybe one of the best I've ever seen in Madden. I wanted to trade up to number 3, but it's the Patriots, so it just wouldn't make any sense. Please tell me he's still there. This is like the golden reveal. Golden shower. Who said what? Please tell me he's still there. We'll see. Come on. He was an early first, so he could be gone, especially the Patriots who need wide receiver. Please show me the money. Thank you. You salesman. Obviously, he could just suck, but... Well, he's not going to suck, but obviously he could just be not good dev. We have to trade up for this guy. We don't even... I mean, it's not the biggest need in the world, but I suppose Will Fuller's not getting any younger. Could play the 3rd spot, as the other guy really just doesn't even really get a whole lot of playtime anyways. The question is, how much would this cost us? So we trade 11 and 43 this year with a 4th next year to move up to 4, which thankfully I suppose we did have pick 11 because... Yeah, I don't see us making that trade up without, at least with pick 11. It's like, okay, we're risking it a little bit, but this guy looks absolutely nuts. What was the wrong guy? 8.0, 4.34, vertical jump of 42.1. Of course, his 3-cone and his 20-yard shuttle would be nice to be higher. Bench press of 1st, literally Randy Moss, 6'4" and all. What do we get? And we get a 77 overall hit, and that is an automatic win. even if he's just star. Really good short route, spectacular 89, jumping, 97 jumping. This guy's nuts. Maybe Calvin Johnson, maybe not quite Randy, but Calvin Johnson maybe. Absolutely insane with the strength as well. I know he's not 6'5", but he's close. We don't have like the deepest class in the world or draft board, I suppose, so we can easily just go to number 30. We honestly don't even have that many needs in general. We just haven't been winning, which of course, when you don't win, affects your overall as well. Rutherford or whatever his damn name is pretty decent. Late second for this guy. We have a guy here that looks decent. Didn't get to finish scouting him. This guy, don't know, but of course, skipped the combine. Got a oh, is he 23? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I just kind of ran out of scouting points because I scouted a bunch of other players. It's just they weren't as good, so they didn't obviously make the list. Riddick. I think Adams looks like a guy that, I mean, he's a little iffy, but I think he's worth a late second. So let's move down. We may actually have... Oh, we do not have any second-round picks because of that 43rd trade. So, yeah, definitely trade down here. We had a middle-round pick, gain a third and a fourth this, I believe, which is obviously a pretty decent trade. And Adams is there. He's 6'6". I guess him being 6'6" makes it better. Also, I didn't notice that he had B finesse because usually when I see one, pass rush trade, I don't really look for anything else. But let's see how good he is. 73 overall normal. He is a talent. He definitely is a talent. Not a bad backup, potential starter or eventual starter over Emmanuel Ogbah. We moved to 80 in the third to add a fourth from the Buccaneers next year. We also have pick 11 in the third. We're adding some value, and obviously we just don't really need anyone at this point, so I'm kind of just trying to move back as much as possible to gain as much as possible. We move back to 82, we gain a fifth. Surprisingly, no second-round offers, but a third and a fourth next year from the Vikings is okay, I guess, especially since we pretty much have everything lined up that we need to for this draft. I mean, we have 18 and 19 here. Maybe look for a lineman. Jalen Smith looks absolutely nuts. We just don't need a running back, though. A little early of a pick, but we're going to take him. Bo Mack, sick name, sick talent grade, and sick development traits. Don't even know if we need him, to be honest, but if his name was like Benjamin Johnson or something, I wouldn't really care. But Bo Mack, it would be kind of a crime not to be good. Of course, Brandon McKenzie actually looks really good too, but do we really need... Also, I didn't even see this guy. He was still there. I'm taking him. Gio Francois or Francis Francois. I don't know. Decent, kind of like a poor man's edition of who we grabbed. It's not a what. It's a person. It's a human. I promise I have feelings for lives. And I hate this damn new controller because the D-pad just sounds like I'm chopping a bunch of carrots up. Don't really need a middle linebacker, but this guy looks like very good value, so that's who we're going to take. 69 overall normal, but obviously, once again, very good value. Catching's trash. Jumping's not great, but solid value for a fifth rounder. Another linebacker, because that's what's always the best in every class. DT's a close second. All right, so Bullard is automatically, with this high of a pick, he's automatically pick or receiver number 2. Did we sell? Because I'll be honest, if he's only star, he's nowhere near a Calvin clone. And he is obviously, holy crap, 94 speed, 93 excel, X-Factor rookie. How old is he? 22, but he's still really good. Oh my, you got to give him number 81. I don't want to be unoriginal per se, but when Calvin Johnson comes out of secretive retirement and just walks right up to you and pretends he's someone else, you still got to give him number 81. I don't care. Bo Mack, he was never starting. Don't care about showing his dev. And I think that was the only other dev we had. Was there anyone else? I don't think there was anyone else on my list. It was literally Bullard. And then there was another wide receiver, I suppose, but I think this guy was the slot type. 5'8" hidden. Look at the speed, though. Oh, my. Actually, we didn't check at the traits. I don't think we checked the traits of the Bullard. If he doesn't have aggressive, that's a crime. Star dev only for that guy. That's a bit rough. Bullard, if he doesn't have aggressive, I swear. Aggressive run at the catch. No possession, no feet in bounds, but 89 spec, 97. This is the best receiver I've ever seen. Of course, I'd like to switch that short route with deep. Maybe switch it with medium, whatever. But hell, oh, jeez, dude. That's a win. That is, well, I mean, it's the best draft pick we've ever had. Maybe ever. Maybe ever, but definitely in Madden 22. Maybe ever. I'm trying to think. I think so. I think that's fair. Let's actually see how much money we can save if we get rid of Fuller, but I'd like to see Fuller at number 3. I just don't want to waste the other guy. Yeah, we are not letting Fuller go. He is sticking around. Of course, did not go to Superstar, so he probably did regress in general. Didn't cost him too much, but I will say after this season, he is, I mean, if we can, definitely out of here. He's going to drop something fierce. All right, here's the roster for year 4. It kind of seems like we're restarting a little bit because, of course, the O-line doesn't technically get better. Technically, it's worse. Same with the receivers, technically worse, but a true number 1, I know he's not a number 1, but true number 1 in Bullard joins the squad. He's an X factor out the gates. Defensively, Stern starts, and there's nothing else, once again, that makes us better, but I suppose, you know, we do have higher devs. We are getting higher in overall. But, I mean, if we couldn't win in year 2 or 3, I don't see how we're going to make the playoffs this year. This might just be a straight-up failed rebuild, which I know kind of does push a narrative of, oh, well, I guess it's not a good team that he's using for Online League. But I promise you, I'm trying to win. After the second season, I'm like, okay, 3 years and we can finally start winning. That's not bad. That's not bad. You know, it looks fair. But no, we just sucked anyways. I really don't get it. We are playing absolutely poorly yet again. Yet again. We have the talent and we just suck. 6-year deal worth $103 for Waddle. It's crazy how much money these guys want, yet they're so bad, right, EA? It's absolutely nuts. We're just going to achievement. Dealmaker re-sign a 90-plus overall player. And now that is tied to Mr. Waddle, which is not bad at all. Holland. Super fair contract. I mean, we're rolling. Money for days. We can afford everyone. We just need players to start playing well. I will say for Ogba, though, he's probably gone. I don't think I'm going to pay a 2-year 18 for a guy that's going to regress pretty hard. If it was a 1-year, if we can make this a 1-year 9, I would do that. A 1-year 9.3. Really, dude? I get it, but, like, please. We can get a new tackle, I think. We probably don't need to, though. A 3-year 21 is not bad. How good actually is he, though? He's decent. He's a decent finesse blocker, which I suppose on the edge is pretty common. Yeah, he's actually pretty good. If he was like a guard, I'd say no, but since he's a tackle, that's actually not bad. Good finesse for the tackles is kind of what you're aiming for the most part. As far as corners go, if you're going to choose one or the other, you definitely choose Xavier. We may be able to keep both, but we're definitely going to wait for Byron. 1-year 17, and then for Byron, we will wait because we don't know the regression. Oh, we got a breakout. Who is it? There's no way. If it's Waddle, we got to look back. I do think it says 150, though. I'm pretty sure when it's the tandem breakout thing, it's 150. Of course, he loses to the Texans. He probably already just got spoiled about how well we did or not. And Waddle, if he didn't run, 2 touchdowns. Maybe 2 touchdowns is enough to do it. I don't think so, though. But at this rate, we're getting cucked so much, I'm just going to leave it. I don't even care. All right, you're going to get the full spoiler rundown here. We are 6-9. The only chance we make the playoffs is if we get the division. However, we have to win against the Niners. We may need the Bills to win in Week 17, and we have to beat the Bills in Week 18. The odds are low, but you never know. You never know. And you do know because we suck. Oh my god with this game, dude. Did we probably lose to the Bills too? We did! I don't know what to tell you. We're an 89 overall team. I have no idea what's wrong with this game. It must be playable. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at the top performers on that right side. Let's take a look. The Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. You got Chubb running. The Chiefs look like the best team here. I'm going to go with the Chiefs offense. We already are using the Niners defense. So Chiefs offense, whatever they do, that's what we're going to do for our final season. And if that doesn't do it, I don't know what to tell you. Of course, the yards. Tua's got the yards. Picks are a little high, I will admit, but touchdowns aren't that bad. The team just sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Bullard Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, clone, really good, better than Fuller seasons, I believe, outside of maybe year 1. Waddle finally shows up. He is the true number 1 now, in fairness. Not bad numbers, but we still just suck. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like I say that almost every rebuild. I don't know what to tell you. That happens. Of course, the defense is also really inconsistent. I know, oh my God, this proves, Jason Sanders going 17 for 25 proves we're getting cucked. He's got 95 accuracy and 80. He is literally, I would assume, considering Tucker would have probably been retired or dropped in overall, the best kicker, pure accuracy and awareness-wise in the entire league. Let's take a look. It would not surprise me, yet he missed 8 kicks. 8 of them. I don't know how anyone would have higher than him. Tied for the highest with Butker. Same awareness. How did Harrison Butker perform? Anyone curious to see how many kicks he missed? 4. That's half. And they're the same. And they probably have him kick longer because he has 98. They're like, yeah, we can try a 59-yarder against the wind. Why not? When we're like, hell no. Our guy can't kick that. So we probably kick him in safer situations. What a disaster. We got a rookie. We got an award. I don't even think we had a single award. Bullard, Rookie of the Year. Even on a trash team like this. Did it, which is surprising. I mean, really not, but with the way our luck has gone, it's surprising. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what we can do. Like, what position is it that we need to upgrade? We've been in a 4-3 this whole time. We have the proper coaches for each scheme, and we have the best, well, maybe not the best starting roster, but, I mean, look at the Eagles. No one is even close. Okay, the Niners, but guess what? They probably won the Super Bowl. Or got close. This is ridiculous. The Jets have, like, consistently beat us throughout this thing. And Zach Wilson's an 85 overall. They're awful. They're like, even Tua is better than that. And he really shouldn't be because, of course, you know, he kind of didn't do anything last season. He's a year older than other guy. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. One final season. Whether we make the playoffs and win it all or we don't do anything. And he gets a speed upgrade. 95 speed. Oh, my. I've let the AI obviously upgrade him. And definitely not super great. Jukebox. Clearly a double me type of guy. And a red zone threat guy for sure. Jukebox could work, but I'd say if there was anything like jump ball-wise, which is not really, I suppose, route tech, I guess. But yeah, I mean, one final season, it's going to be down in the dumps anyways, because it's just the way this has gone. It is, I mean, there's some tough schedules, but the other teams in our division seem to be doing well. Actually, the Bills, in fairness, have been awful. I've tried 8 different playbooks, I think, now, so see what the Chiefs run, and that's who we're running. West Coast spread, KC. Should we just copy the Chiefs completely? Let's just copy the Chiefs and see what happens. All right, maybe they'll think we're the Chiefs. Maybe we do need to get fired. I don't know, because this is awful. They actually overperformed or overachieved in real life, but in the game, they have been awful for us. Just terrible. Once again, like I said, though, with the Bills, outside of this year, I'm pretty sure they've been trashed too. Pass yards are up there, 4th. But look at the points per game, 28. How do you have the 4th best passing attack in the league and you can't score? I don't know what to tell you. Of course, the Chiefs beat the Niners. Interesting to say the least. But here it is, final season. Regardless, whether we finally make the playoffs and we lose week 1 or not, I'm done. I mean, there's, at this point, the team, it is only getting worse at this point. Unless we pay some crazy free agent. Byron Jones, I suppose, if he wants to, can stick around one more year. You can see the money's not looking great. He's out of here. And I wouldn't blame him. Go to a good team, buddy. Just do what you got to do. We're losing Ogba. We're losing Byron Jones. But yeah, year 5 will be the one. If year 5 is the one, then this is ridiculous that freaking playbooks matter that much. It's the only thing that matters, which is really sad. So, free agency. Aaron Donald would not be a bad choice at all, but not necessarily. Ooh, actually, a 1-year deal with Aaron Donald may be exactly what we're looking for around here, as I believe, if not mistaken. Oh, the Giants want him more, though. I believe we did lose Ogba, and we have no technical replacement for him. I know the guy we drafted last season probably would be the starter if we don't grab someone. I mean, Adams isn't actually half bad. What's his traits? Bull Rush. That's it. Bull Rush. And he's like a 50-50 type. Ugh, I don't know about that now. Yeah, I definitely want someone else out. Yeah, that wasn't a very good pick. I feel like we maybe offer the house for Aaron Donald, if I'm going to be honest with you. Aaron Donald, be nice to get Greg Newsome or him, but obviously I can't get both if we sign them or offer them on different times, because obviously one of them will be gone. So I think we're going to take the risk to offer both, even though I feel like the Cowboys are offering more money than we can afford, which isn't the case, but it's kind of the case. Aaron Donald could be like literally the hero for this rebuild, so I'm willing to give it to him. That's what she said. Khalil Mack is just asking for too much for a guy that's kind of washed, ain't gonna lie. Please. No shot, dude. How good were the Cowboys? If they weren't good, damn it, he chose the winner. Suck me off sideways. Damn it, dude. We do get Byron Jones back, though, on a 1-year 7, but that is not the move that we needed. That is potentially the deciding factor. And if it isn't, that proves how much playbooks matter and kind of ruins it even more, in my opinion. Let's just see if there's any veteran at all that still has just enough juice. Like, Lawrence is close, but probably not good enough to try. Let's see, Shaquille Barrett back to the Buccaneers, perhaps. Once again, not very good. I don't know what draft pick we have, but I think it's a pass rusher that we need to take, and hopefully we land someone with star or better that's decent. That's really, I mean, that's basically the best play at this point for pass rusher, which is really unfortunate. Like we said, we do have someone. Worst case scenario, there's just nobody, but man, it's looking dire. Damn, look at how bad, like, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's just, it's barren out here. We also do have that backup safety that's pretty good, so if we have to make some sort of trade, what draft pick do we have, just to be sure? We have multiple, in fairness. We have... Oh, do we not? Was this not the year we had 2 first rounds, or was that last year? It couldn't have been last year, because we had a pick 13 last year. There's no way that the... Oh, this guy looks good. There's no way that the Niners, or whoever we traded to, went. I think it was the Niners would have went. No way. Who's this? Power movies. Okay, I suppose. 274, though. It's like you can't tell what position he wants to play. I mean, there's obviously names, but the guy that's the first place guy looks decent. But one, he could go 1 overall, and if he goes 1 overall, obviously I would never have traded up that high. Like, we have options, but, you know, I think we're just going to play it by ear, as the kids say. I know all the kids say that. And if that guy is still there at pick 3, we're making the play. We got to. Look at this guy. Early second with an early first grade. Looks insane. But that's speed, dude. What is that? 486? What is it going to be, like 76 speed? Like, I don't know, dude. I mean, he looks decent, but can you really have that as your starter on the edge? Look at this guy. He's a DT. But is he? I don't know. What even is this? Oh my, if he was 22, I'd probably take him, but he's not 22, so he's 22 or younger at least. That guy looks really good too. I think we take one of the DTs and play him edge. We have pick 8. If no one is there up top, I suppose that's the play. All right, so at the end of the Travel draft, words are minced. Let's see if we can... Oh, come on, dude. Fix this glitch. This should be a day 1 patch. This is bad. And I would imagine that's the guy, right? I would imagine. Something about ham. Is it? It is. So no choice but to move to number 8 and then kind of evaluate from there. Evaluate? So Dom Gibson, decently fast, 22. He's actually really fast for 278 as well. Could play DT if this guy isn't the guy. But you have other options like this guy looks pretty good, almost exactly the same. Is Gibson 21? He's 22. So you beg the question of, like, why not wait, gather some picks, and maybe grab 2 guys and hope that they're actually, like, really good, rather than just risk it on 1. Like, look at this guy, dude. Yeah, we're doing that. We're trading down, getting an extra first round. Find a team with 2 first rounds, hopefully. I don't think any team has 2 first-round picks, which is just fantastic. We trade Noah Dawkins and pick 8 overall for a first round this year, pick 22, pick 54 this year, and a second round next year. which will be taking one of the players at number 22. I was going to take a look at what they got off that pick. I can't be bothered because they just... this game, dude. They try to blind me. So you have 3 options. Jay Wolf is one of the top-tier options. This guy is moving down. I get his grades high, but I think... even though this guy probably is the best, I'm going to go with Jay Wolf first because he's the pure true left end. And Shepard, of course, is 23 anyways. Jay Wolf, give me hitting, baby. 75 overall hitting, not bad at all. Really good out the gate. Spin move, which is interesting because he's a power move guy. I suppose, there's multiple ways of getting the spin. If you push your one hand, hard on him and then spin inside, things happen, right? Oh my, 80 overall safety to the freaking Panthers. This guy also looks absolutely sick. How old is Gesicki? Is that boy Gesicki getting old? It might be time to remove him. 29. Just saying. What kind of season did he come off of? I'm just saying he's been okay, but nothing spectacular. Putting so much effort into a freaking situation that we're not even gonna... oh, man. We're not even gonna be able to, see, because I'm probably done after this year. Maybe we do the unprecedented 6th season, but then again, at what point does it end, Oh, well, if you can do a 6, you can do a 7th, and you can do a 7th, you can do a 8, it just keeps going. We also haven't tried something like that in, any rebuild, really ever, but, why not try to make a play for someone like TJ Watt? You know what I'm going to do? I am actually going to take a look at TJ Watt's contract. If he's on, a contract year, I might make a play to trade for him. They got to be on a contract year, and we got to give him 2 firsts. The Bears have made this clear, and he's not on a... yeah, forget it. They win that trade by quite a bit, but, we obviously move into the first-round pick spot. And I think we will still be taking the DT because, you can never have enough DTs. And 2, we don't know how good the guy is that we got. This guy looks really good, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's a speed rusher. I think he's actually a coverage linebacker. What is this guy? Might also be the same. Maybe we don't want the DT, actually. That DT looks sick, but 23 years old. He would have to be superstar or better, which, I don't know. Maybe he is, but I'd probably rather risk it on this guy, which really begs the question of... that's not even the guy, is it? It's this guy, the run stopper. Really begs the question of why did I trade up, I guess. 21, early first. Elijah. Yeah, we'll still take Elijah Shepard. Screw it. I traded up for a reason. 77 overall hidden. Speed's actually lacking a little bit considering. He would look way faster than the other guy, but here he is. Still a really good pick. May not have been the need. We didn't really have that as a need, but it's worth it, I guess. Pick 22 in the second round. We might take the linebacker if he's there. Pearman. Adam Ailman as well. We got a lot of really good-looking defenders in this one. What about this guy? That guy's probably worth taking as well. Darron Payne is our newest linebacker. I don't know if he will start, but another hidden development trait player. We're landing all the hiddens, and he is very bad in coverage. Andrew Portillo. Don't need him. We just drafted a guy, so I suppose a trade down is in order. Actually, did the guard go? Good thing I checked that guard. Probably not the biggest need in the world, but probably worth taking. And maybe, he's probably only star. They definitely did seem to add more hiddens, but I still would have liked to see dev-ups for O-linemen. I just think they didn't know, and realistically, I didn't know or don't know what they could do for him because it's very subjective stuff, right? The offense doing well, it doesn't mean that the O-lineman, specifically that one, is doing well himself. Same with if he doesn't allow sacks, it doesn't mean he's actually doing well. Luke Berry is going to be our choice. Looks like a stud, and every single player is a hidden? Is that the law today? I mean, it wasn't earlier, but I suppose right now it is. And I never got to scout this guy, but I can't imagine he's good, right? He would have been gone by now. This guy, I imagine, would be good, but we actually don't have anything else scouted. We just didn't have that many needs, and we just ran out of scouting points on top of it. Let's make some trades. We trade 3 decent fourths for a second next year, which you can make the argument isn't fair, but also I don't want to trade, 1 by 1 by 1, so, we all just have to deal with it. We get a 4th next year off the Bengals, which is not a bad trade at all. Could basically be a late 3rd. And we may actually take a player here. Once again, we don't have those guys scouted, but they might be worth it. Rashard freaking Harris, dude. I'm going to take him, whatever. 62 overall normal. He must have been red interest. I will say, not bad, though. If I was starting this rebuild over and I had a spot for him, not the worst starting position. Decently fast, clean strength and all that. Really good, ratings across the board. Just a little low for some of them. Definitely usable. Definitely usable. Which is sad saying as a Dolphins person. We're really marinating these picks. All these 6th-round picks have basically turned into 5th-round picks next year. We're going to take Byron, who looks actually pretty decent. 65 overall. I mean, he's got some in the high 70s, but that strength is rough. Outside of that strength, though, he actually does look pretty decent. Kind of a wasted pick, though. Just trying to fill out the team a little bit more. All right, so draft recap. Let's take a look at all of the devs because we will be starting the edge just because he is technically the fastest and also the youngest. It would suck if, this guy's star, the other guy's like X Factor or something, but I'm keeping it to my word. Please be superstar. He is star. What's his name? Jay Wolf. Interesting name. I will say Shepard does give me like superstar vibes, but regardless, he would not have been the projected starter anyways. And he is also a star, so never mind. Linebacker Pearman, who I do not think has a starting spot. Although, maybe a future edge rusher is decent. Usable. Usable on the edge. Please be star. Yes, he is. I say please be star because obviously I couldn't use him if I looked at his dev. That'd be kind of cheating. The guard now. Any superstars are better? I know we got that X Factor wide receiver the other year, but I mean, all these like really stacked classes that are all hidden, they are all only star, which isn't really what it is. Not what it used to be really, because you obviously get XP for dev up. So the easier positions like linebacker, DT, and all that, you kind of don't mind them being normal. If they're not going to be superstar or better, you don't really mind them being normal. And I suppose let's take a look at some of the edge rushers we did pass on. So we didn't necessarily pass on this guy. Oh my god. I would have traded up for that trash can. Yikes. And yeah, cool, you got the hidden one, but he's slow. I would have rather have the other guy. Even if this guy's an X Factor, I'd take the other one. Let's take a look. Gibson was another option. Normal. Glad we passed on him. Faster than I would have thought, though. I imagine that guy that was really slow is going to be a god. Just watch. Is this the guy, Jazz Stevenson? I think it might be. Finesse is awful. I think this might have been the guy that we were looking at. Kind of seems on the slower side as well. And star dev, I don't know if it is, but obviously he's not very good. And it wasn't him, it was this guy, and it was not this guy, but I'm still curious. Probably more of a DT fit, but we'll just let them live. They've been, iffy on edge anyways. And yeah, all of them are just star. This is the roster for most likely the final season, year 5. Waddle, looking like a god with his X Factor. I actually didn't even show that he got X Factor, but this is what he's rocking with. Where is it? There it is. 20k XP. Grab and go and jukebox, which, I'm not even going to argue. Not great abilities, but very fair ones. O-line's not bad, actually, especially for Miami. Tight end's obviously still really good. Maybe could have went for that tight end. Actually should have checked out how good he was. Babari Okereke going to be replaced by Pearman maybe next season or year after. Safeties are obviously looking really good. Corners definitely looking like we need someone new, but Noah's here for, another 4 or 5 years, I believe. So, great man corner. Plays number 2 spot as soon as Jones is gone. Maybe the number 1 spot of Xavier Howard's gone. The team is good. It's simply a good team that has been absolutely cucked by Sim. I do not know what to do. It's just one of those team names that just doesn't get any Sim luck, I guess. Aren't they? Isn't he an X Factor? Excuse me? Okay. You were already an X Factor. Also, how tall is that coach? He must be 6'8". It's not looking good once again, but we are turning it around. Cole Fort, we have 65 mil to work with. He's a really solid player. Young, keep him on the team. Xavier Howard, do not know if we can keep him because he might just retire. Byron Jones, absolutely not. Jared Cannon, we already got his replacement, unfortunately. Yeah, we have the money. If Howard's still here, tag or sign, I suppose. I swear if we lose this game, dude. Oh, we made the playoffs. Absolutely nuts stuff, by the way. We won 7 straight. 1-3, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4, 3-5, 3-6, 3-7, and then we won every game. Oh my god, this is heartbreaking stuff. I don't know who scripts this, but they've got to stop. I can't take it. As far as yards go, best season for Tua. Picks are still really high. Touchdowns are average. Lynn Bowden does seem more of like a receiving type guy, which obviously is kind of his build, but yards are okay for him, I guess. Receiving wasn't super great. Bullard and Waddle continue to be the best duo in the league for the second year in a row. Gesicki, Cannon, definitely not worth the money that he wanted. O-line has played atrociously, even though they're decent. Sack totals, not bad. Phillips actually doing pretty well there. Kicking, Jason Sanders. Wow, you did well for once. Sweet, dude. And then I don't think we have anyone significant at kick returner. As far as awards go, anything at all? Jay Wolf, not bad. I'll take that. He's like the new guy in town. And that was pretty much it. But we are in the postseason for the first time ever. The first of probably not many, but let's do this. If we did we had a bunch of playoff seasons, probably wouldn't go into this, but we have to. Guarantee win. Play it cool, dude. Play it cool. Every game is important. When you're playing a playoff game team, you have to bring your best. There are no guarantees when you play teams that are this good. Obviously. Why would you guarantee a win? I don't care who it is. Did it say no risk, some reward, or what did it say? I don't even know what it said. The Broncos, who are an 85 overall, probably made more playoffs, matches than we have. We're 6 overalls up. Please, for the love of Jesus, give us one win. You know what? Screw it. We want the all-time freaking... I mean, the Dolphins already have it, but we're going to create a new all-time win in a row record today, here and now. We're winning it all. 7-win streak all the way to the Super Bowl. We're doing it. We're carrying it all the way. It's 14-7. Not bad. Of course, it is the Broncos, so... not winning by a ton would kind of mean that we're not ready to win at all, right? So 28-10. Denver is a decent team, but obviously at this point, no Vaughn. A lot of the players would have been gone. I doubt they would have filtered it in as good as we did or as well as we did. Obviously, we have the higher overall, so that's a good guess. Their quarterback is Dennis Griffin. No idea who he is, but I'm pretty sure he actually had some pretty good numbers to us. Speaking of pretty good numbers, at least didn't turn the ball over. Bowden's a good overall, and he's a decent running back, but nothing really too special. Adams, who's a backup, did well. Wolf, who's obviously a rookie, did really well. That Wolf guy's got some potential. All right, let's get on this one of many. Huge congrats on the playoff win, Coach. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling and pick up another one next week. For sure, my guy. 7 staff points, not bad. Let's see who we have next. It is the Ravens. I mean, even the Ravens are a lower overall than us. Imagine if we actually won or even got to the playoffs a few times. Imagine what overall we'd be. Because obviously you don't get as much XP for doing poorly. It's simple fact. It's easy to say that if we would have had even 2 playoff seasons more than we did, we'd probably be a 92, maybe a 93. But we weren't, but it's fine. We are here. We're going to try and win it all. Would be clutch as hell, I would say. Year 5 right at the end. I'm just glad... Oh, we turned the ball over early and they scored a touchdown on it. That sucks. I'm just glad to be here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not glad to be here because this is so far an absolute disaster. Are you joking me? We're a higher overall than them. What is this? What is this? How do we get smoked so hard? I really wish we didn't get destroyed. All right, I don't care what it takes to get the touchdown. I'm going for it all. Suck my butts. Bullard, that's a little bit of a bad throw. I don't know if it's the throw power, but that was not really the throw I was looking for. Wow, you're really good, Tua. You're so good, dude. You're a talent. Do we go for Bullard? Yo! No shot. Okay, so here's the thing. I understand that it's not a legit win, and we could come back to this in the future. I just want to see if we just got an unlucky sim or not, and we're just going to resim it. If we actually win all of these games and then go to the Super Bowl, if we do win, I will purposely back out before it's over and just force lose. So, yes, it's cheating, but it doesn't really have any long-term effects, and we probably will lose anyways. Wow. Holy crap. 55-21. Like, sim is just so hit or miss, right? I just don't get it. I don't get how Tua can go from 3 interceptions, same scheme, same everything, to 0 with 6 touchdowns, and then Lamar can go from near perfect to throwing 4 picks. I don't care, dude. Whether you're mad or not, I don't care. I have no regrets. That gives me all the reason in the world. I don't care. And I will purposely, once again, like I said, I will follow through with that if we make the Super Bowl. I won't win it, Not that it probably matters, because if we do actually win it in Sim, there's probably no reason to come back. Of course, they're talking about blizzard-like conditions. These are things you would ignore probably if you were in a user league and your opponent was like, don't click that. But yeah, I mean, you lose morale. Obviously, players for both teams have issues with everything. This actually probably helps us more than it hurts us, because obviously no Tyreek, max speed. But I suppose Waddle's basically max speed himself. 89 to our, 90, 91? 91 overall team. So we basically have the best team in the league, and we're only finally now winning postseason games. I love it. As you can see, it's, yeah, pretty blizzardly. See, the thing is, what it would be really sick is if this was an actual special dynamic, and instead of it just being regular snow, it legit was like a blizzard. Like, the snow could pile up to, like, double the normal snow, and, like, there was no footprints at all because it was just overlapping it. Kind of like some of those games we've seen in the past in real life. But at halftime, obviously, 20-20 now. Not looking super great for this Dolphins team. 27-23, and I mean, Miami's headed to the Super Bowl. So say what you want, say what you will, Miami's headed to the Super Bowl. And I mean, I showed you guys that we did cheat, you know, which is weird because you're used to hearing me say, and I'll show you guys I didn't cheat. But obviously, Tua outperforming, what's his name? That guy, what's his name? Yeah, Mahomes, that's the one. Like anyone could forget his name. But yeah, I mean, outperformed him. The sim is just 50-50. This is why I'm saying it's really hard to win the Super Bowl real life in-game because you just don't know what kind of sim you're going to get. You do not know. Mike Gesicki is now a 92 overall with, wow, look at all the upgrades. Did he get an once again, he could have regressed and I didn't look. Any speed? No. No speed. Yikes. That's a fat yikes. I'll be honest with you. Hello? I didn't click B. Let me, I'm sure that's what Bobby Okereke looks like, right? Oh, speaking of speed, yo, is he always that fast? I thought he was kind of like, you know, in-betweener, like 86, 87 speed. No? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what they say about the Blizzard. Oh, that Blizzard treat was good. Dairy Queen sponsorship now. I don't really care, dude. Just get it on. I just want XP. Thank you. Headed to the Bowl of Soup. Maybe it happens just like in our Rams League last year. We win the Super Bowl last, sorry if I'm spoiling it for you, but win it last season. Super Bowl Media Day going against the Panthers. An up-and-coming sleeper squad as well. Every coach's dream is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy as confetti rains down, and you have a chance to do that for the first time this week. What would that mean to you? Everything. Once again, I will answer that question every single time the exact way because it just doesn't, like, why would it mean, oh, it's just the beginning? No, dude, you just sound like a freaking loser if you lose then. Like, no, it's going to mean everything. You're going to look like an idiot. 92 overall to their 87. We obviously have the overall on them, but do we have the sim luck? And I'm going to go back on my word. I am going to cheat. I am going to cheat. If we win the Super Bowl, it's sticking. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the leagues we win a Super Bowl in, / we have a really good team, I usually just delete anyways because you only get 20 slots. So, you know, if we win the Super Bowl here, it's probably just going to get deleted. 7-0. We'll all know in the back of our minds, if we even need to, that we probably didn't deserve it technically. 14-7. The Panthers are giving us the show. They're giving us the work. I just got an achievement called Rookie of the Year. Win Rookie of the Year with one of your players when we're literally not... I don't know, dude. It is what it is. Maybe EA is like working on the game or something. Did we just... Okay, I don't want to come into the game, but I kind of feel like I need to. Okay, here we go. Is Miami making a stop here? I'm coming in. No shot, dude. I mean, this is fair enough, right? Rattled O-line. Home team has trouble blocking. That's great news. Don't. Oh, my God. Butt fumble. Butt fumble McCaffrey. Well, this is clearly going to be a negative thing for the Dolphins to have me out here. Last time I threw a pick to a defensive lineman. I think it was a defensive lineman. He was wearing number 25, so I can't really tell. Love the Chiefs. They're my favorite team, obviously. I hate the Chiefs, dude. Oh, yeah, Mr. Commissioner, everybody here, if you don't mind, we ran out of jersey numbers. You mind if we just make everyone in the league a bunch of random-ass numbers? Yeah, cool. Okay, sweet. Like, come on, dude. Bowden. Nice play. Took all damn day to get that ball off, but it worked out. Holy 54 passes. Man, Tua does not throw the ball deep, does he? Like, he is just so low of a throwing a guy for deep passes. Like, it's just, do we do it? Uh-oh. Maybe you should throw them more often because that is a dime. Waddle makes it look so sweet and easy. And, of course, we are now down to the 11. Probably could let the game play this, and it would probably be a benefit because I'm going to sell, but if not, would be kind of sweet. 2 on the run. 2 on the run. I did choose the dive. No! I double tapped it. I promise. I promise. Did it even start the slide animation? Well, that's something I need to get used to this year then, because I was about to say, you gotta dive for it if you're wanting the thing, but I don't care about that, obviously. Is that a safety? I mean, I'm just saying. This would be the stupidest Super Bowl of all time, because there's no way. They would definitely try to kneel it in that situation, right? Like, even if you get the greatest push ever, like, oh, Jesus. Even if you get the greatest push ever, I don't think you can actually get in there fast enough to, like, knock him back, right? Because, like, if it's under center, as long as the snap is clean. That is a tough situation. What do you actually do there? I'm pretty sure all the teams I've seen in that situation do actually try to just kneel it. That's impossible. Wow, what a pick. Is that Jeremy Chin? Who the hell is that? Telfer? Damn, I'm going to have to get used to a left-handed quarterback. That's a bit of a sell, but not that mad by it because obviously we didn't technically deserve it. It turned out to be an okay rebuild. Once again, we only got 1 playoff berth, and we technically only won 1 game, but we did get to the Super Bowl. You get to see the Super Bowl, I guess, even though we lost it. The Panthers are losing their freaking minds here. A group of young players that are finally getting to see it all in fruition. Is that the word people use at the end? Sucks because we're obviously one of those teams too, but Darnold's on their team? Don't tell me you lost to Darnold. What? Oh my God, we lost to Sam Darnold. Yeah, we deserve to win the Super Bowl. I take everything back. Wow. Either way, though, I'm okay with it. It's not the best finish to a rebuild. I'm definitely not, like, ecstatic. It's not the best thing I've ever seen since sliced bread. I don't know if that's what kids say these days still, but it was okay. It was an adequate ending. We've had better. We've had worse. At least it wasn't like we missed the playoffs again and the rebuild just ends with no playoff berth. Is that what happened with the Dolphins? Or the Jets one anyways? I can't remember, but there was one of them I felt that was like really trash and we just didn't even make the playoffs. It's all about playbook, unfortunately, and we're going to have to key in on that. I'm going to try to at least use the OP playbooks that make the most sense, right? So, like, if we're using the Panthers and they're not winning with their current playbooks, we'll use something like the Saints, I guess, because they're similar. They'll have a lot of receiving yards and all that regardless. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Maybe a stream later tonight around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Twitches. And, yeah, if you have a suggestion for what team you'd like to see next, depends. Actually, to be fair, I want this to be a Sunday upload, but I actually do record 2 at a time because I want to make sure I'm not uploading a rebuild the same time someone else is. And there's a lot of people that upload rebuilds these days, it seems, so it's actually kind of tough for me to, like, coordinate that. So, you know, if it's almost upload time and I have both of them up and nobody's has one, the Dolphins should be the first one up. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's a Tuesday or Wednesday upload. I don't know. But like I said, that's about it. Suggest what team you'd like to see next. And that's going to be the rebuild. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,